My name is John Pearce. I'm the Chief Executive of Made in Britain, and Made in Britain is an organisation that brings together more than 1,000 manufacturers around the whole country, and we help them with their provenance marketing, help them focus on their stories so that they can sell more of what they make. It's hard to say really what technology is going to have the most impact on the future of manufacturing, but it seems to me that 3D printing is certainly going to have some kind of impact. The idea that you can actually make something instantly by pressing a button means you can make something remotely. It means you don't have to make it in a factory far away. You can actually design it in one country and make it at the flick of a switch in another. And I think 3D printing will have consequences both for the design of manufacturing and the people that are doing the manufacturing, because obviously there is a certain element of it that the humans can't do, because that's where the actual product comes out at the end of an inkjet printer. Well, at Made in Britain we have plenty of members that are looking at 3D technology, and we have one member of Made in Britain that actually prints anything in 3D of a certain size using very high-tech materials. They gave me a factory tour and I saw that they'd actually produced a book with turning pages all printed in 3D, and an absolutely exquisite work of art, but a fully functioning readable book printed in a couple of days on a 3D printer. I couldn't believe what I was looking at, but they can already do that, so heaven knows what they'll be able to do next year. One of the aspects of manufacturing that we see the most of, and really the challenges for manufacturing sector across membership of Made in Britain, is something called circularity. Manufacturers really can't ignore the fact that they need raw materials, and lots of our members are coming up with some really incredibly creative solutions to how you cope with circularity. So products no longer are sent out from factory and never seen again. Plenty of our members have actually got methodology and design techniques that are making products that are destined to come back to factory and be upcycled within factory. And if they're not doing that, then they're finding ways to look at new materials that are new to them, but they're actually created from upcycled other materials or products that have come to the end of their natural life. And I think circularity really as a subject is perhaps something that some manufacturers thought they could avoid, but it's clear in the current pollution and climate crisis that we're in that we need to think about how many products actually have a useful life beyond the 10 or 20 years that they're used, and they actually go back to factory and are turned into something useful again, and reducing the impact on raw materials coming out of the ecosystem. We overcome the challenge of circularity by thinking together, and this is something that the catapults do beautifully, is invite people onto the same premises, get the right minds in the room, and that always means, it's been scientifically proven, that you get better results when you put people together in diverse groups, thinking together to get the highest quality results. And that's something the catapults do really naturally. It's part of their working methodology, is to put people together, and manufacturers thinking together. We know that that produces great results because we've seen the results that the catapults have already produced. I think it depends which manufacturer you ask as to whether they're prepared for the digital revolution. We're an agency, if you like, for encouraging our members to think more about their marketing and their sales and their exports, and all of that involves digital socialization of the content and telling their story in digital ways, so that more and more people know that products that are made in Britain are actually of a very high quality. And that's something that we focus a lot on, but it doesn't include the digital aspect of actual manufacturing and sending designs to other countries and sending them back again for reanalysis and reiteration before they're digitally printed on a 3D printer. I think it really is something that no manufacturer can ignore. The digitization of life is happening already. It's been happening for some years, and one thing I know about manufacturers is that they are definitely prepared for it, because they're prepared for anything. Every manufacturer that I've seen on the list of more than 1,000 manufacturers that are part of Made in Britain are long-termists. They think about longevity, they think about the future, they're always planning long-term, they never think short-term, because when you've got a factory and you're inviting people in to make something, you have the human and social consequences of that, and that makes manufacturers, in my view, better businesses anyway. So yes, they're definitely prepared for digitization because they're prepared for anything. It doesn't matter what you throw at manufacturers, they seem to be able to cope. That's something that we should all admire about Made in Britain members and manufacturers in general.